The beautiful souls with Trevor here from Soul Healing Tribe, and I want to take the moment to share an experience that I had just recently last week. I was holding a private ceremony, spiritual ceremony, and the ancestral energy, the a deceased, specifically a deceased loved one, a father, uh, that energy of that father, it was so intense from the moment that I woke up when I knew I had to do the ceremony. Not before, like the week before, I was like, okay, this is weird. I don't even know where we're going with this ceremony. I don't know what we're going to be able to heal. Like I wasn't really tapping in, and I was completely distracted with a million things that I have to do with regular sessions, with regular transpersonal healing sessions. And the day before, just the day before, I started connecting with the energy for the spiritual ceremony. And I was like, wow, this is going to be beautiful. But I had no idea what it was. And then in the morning of that, in the morning of the day of the ceremony, which was just a couple of days ago, when was today, Saturday? I think it was Thursday. So on Thursday morning, I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be freaking amazing. So in the middle, at the beginning of the ceremony, I already know that we're going into that energy of transitioning, but to another level. I mean, I just even want to cry when I talk about this because it was one of the most beautiful experiences to be able to be part of that journey, to be part of someone's welcome in the spirit realm, but beyond that, there is no words to explain the feelings and everything that can be felt, everything that we can experience in a spiritual ceremony, because it is next level. Like when I'm talking about next level, I'm talking about next level where you feel, you know, I was invoking and calling the different energies that I work with to assist in the ceremony, to assist in the healing process, and really to welcome that person that, the transition many years ago, but didn't really fully transition. There were parts left behind due to personal reasons that I'm not going to get into, but the experience of connecting with the different energies and ancestors that I work with, it was next level, where I was, there is always communication and there is always learning, and there is, but when you connect collectively and you can experience where the person is being transitioned into, and how the person is being supported through the process, and how, oh my God, it's just like how, for what purpose this happened, why does it, and you getting all of those answers, even though I didn't know the person personally, right? And I didn't know the father, but once I connected to his energy, I felt it. I felt like the sum of his soul existence, like completely beautiful, even though, sometimes we're not the best parents, we're not the best children, we're not the best siblings. At the soul level, we are truly just complete. I know I said this word so many times, but it's just so beautiful because that's the only word. That's the only word that really, I mean, it's just the sum of all of the parts, even through the pain, even through everything that was experienced. There is such a level of forgiveness that it is very difficult for someone to understand unless you have gone through your own forgiveness process, where you can really tap into the vibration of forgiveness and you can understand that it is not just a word, it is not just from here, it's not from here, but truly from the heart, truly feeling what it feels to feel that vibration within you, because you have expand your level of consciousness to the point that you can experience neutrality and acceptance and belonging and gratitude and everything in between. That was just a beautiful experience, a highlight of the week for me, even though I had amazing sessions with other clients, but that definitely was a huge highlight to be able to, one of the things that I love doing is working in the spirit realm because I get to see that part. So for me, whenever I really get to experience that true level of healing and forgiveness and letting go and being okay with what happened and moving on, it really is magnificent to the point where it just makes everything else feel like it's worth all the sacrifice. It's worth all the energy that you have to put in order to do that work. It's worth the feeling when you're in trance without medicine, but just in a trance, really, really deep trance for hours and hours, and you're there really making sure everybody's safe, that everything is being done, that there is soul alignment being done for whoever is in the process of the healing ceremony. And to experience that, even though I complain about it a lot of the time because, it can be tiring. But when those moments happen, it makes everything else like disappear. It makes all the pain, it makes everything else feel completely, it's just a distraction sometimes. Because when you get to those moments where you experience that connection with someone that you didn't even know, but through, in this case, my client, I just feel such a deep connection that it makes everything else kind of go away. So I had amazing sessions. One person was from Madrid, Spain, and completely dissociated client. She's definitely a hard cookie to crack. And we did a session yesterday where it was such a deep experience, and it was a combination of shamanic breathing and hypnotherapy, transpersonal healing, so that she could forget the mind. Basically, I had to find my way around how to move her from the mind to the heart. And I have worked with this person before for other things, but this is the first time that she wanted to work on a very specific thing. She recently had an accident where she almost died, basically 2 weeks ago, and the car was destroyed, and she was feeling heavily dissociated. But now remember, this person already has dissociation issue from 30 years earlier. She's 50s, she's almost 60 years old. So she starts her session, and this person that is heavily dissociated, she has worked with some of the best transpersonal healers and therapists in Europe and in Latin America. Can you imagine when someone gets to the level where they're going through in 2 hours? This is a 2-hour session, by the way, which normally I don't do, but recently some of my clients basically help me understand that I need to open up to seeing people that I have worked with before and new ones for shorter time, because those sessions that are 4, 5, 6 hours long, they're so draining. And a lot of people that are, like high performance people that have very strict schedules with work and so on, like if you're an executive, you cannot just disappear for a day, right? Like there are things that some people have very little time for, and sometimes the healing is one of those things where they don't think that they're gonna, because they have tried everything and nothing works, so they don't think, why am I gonna spend 6 hours if I don't even know if this is gonna work? So the 2-hour session anyway, so she booked a 2-hour session, and it was 90-minute session, but we ended up doing 2 hours. In those 2 hours, she went through the trauma. She went through the spirit realm. She picked up, with this soul retrieval. She went through age regression to go into an earlier accident that happened 30 years earlier, where she had a major reaction to a medicine that she took for something that was, she had like a cold or something, and somebody gave her medicine, and the medicine had a major reaction. Like, she had a major reaction to the medicine, and she got crippled. And because she got crippled, she really thought that, oh my God, I'm going to be crippled forever and I might as well die. So a huge part of her true essence left in that moment. And that's when she became heavily dissociated. And she has seen a lot of psychologists. She has done a lot of healing on herself. But this is the first time that she worked at this intensity. And then she went through the womb and experienced when her divine twin, let's call it divine twin because it was an energy that was there to basically come so far with her so that she could do the journey, but return before being, before advancing while they were inside the womb. So she experienced a disconnection from that soul, and how deep it was. I mean, I'm talking about 2 hours of such a deep level that it was basically a shamanic healing experience in a transpersonal session online. So you can imagine the power of this transpersonal healer too. And she teaches constellations. So it's in Spanish. This is what she said. And I can tell you that this was a work that she hasn't done, that she needed to do all her life. And then a second session of the day, and that was a longer session. And I just wanted to share the importance of being in flow. And I know as healers, coaches, healing practitioners, it's so easy sometimes to get to the point where you can push through a lot of the confidence issues, a lot of the questions of, oh my God, am I going to make it in this healing capacity? I speak to a lot of coaches and healers that are always questioning that. Am I going to be able to make it through? I'm not earning enough. And I can tell you that, once you start doing what you really love, but of course you have to really apply yourself. You really have to have discipline. And you have to have a plan, because otherwise, it doesn't matter in what capacity, you're not going to make it, right? So I just wanted to bring this and share my experiences from this week, from some of the sessions that I had this week and ceremonies, because I think sometimes we need to motivate each other and know that there are other people that are doing the work, that are able to accomplish such a state of flow and at the same time earn an income or how can I say it, financial stability, independence, freedom, whatever you want to call it, doing what we love doing the most. We need to know that this is a very much needed work, and that when we apply ourselves, that we can really create a life full of abundance. And yet, yes, we do need to have discipline, because without the discipline to do the business side of things, it doesn't matter if we are great being a healer, coach, healing practitioner, because if we don't have the skills, we're not going to be able to make it in this type of business. And it is a business. I had a lot of resistance with this at the beginning because I didn't want healing to be a business. I've been in the business, just being in the business environment for so many years that I didn't want to bring the structure and the the processes and all of those things that happen in the business environment that makes it kind of feel like we're taking a little bit of the sacredness away, or a lot of the sacredness away. So I had to come to terms that if I really wanted to do this for people and do it long term, that I was going to have to also apply the business skills that I had in order to make it sustainable and worth my time, because my time is energy, and if I don't value my time, then I'm not really valuing myself. So working through that, some of those limiting beliefs definitely was crucial for me to be able to charge what I need to charge and ask of my clients the value that I feel is appropriate for everything that I give them. So anyways, I just wanted to bring a little bit of that inspiration. I hope you got something out of this conversation today, and I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys.